Hey folks, so today it's about this preset here called Hi-Hat Generator 2.0, and I made a hi-hat generator 2 or 3 years ago, and this one is the new version and it's completely different. It's a different idea how to generate hi-hats. And here the idea is that I send a bunch of noises, or just white noise and pink noise, through layers of convolution devices, and in these convolution devices there are some EQ settings, sometimes drastic EQ settings just for hi-hats. And with a bit of randomization here that you can create here by just pushing this button, you can see we mix certain layers together in a unique way. So sometimes a bit of this EQ, right? Sometimes a bit of this EQ setting and so on. So you get always different results because you mix these convolution settings differently. So you get different results. That's the idea behind it. And it kind of works actually pretty well. And I use this all the time for my drum and bass productions when I just need a hi-hat that has a certain sound or something different, right? So here in the background I have just a layer of notes. And you can see you can use here velocity for that. You can make it quieter or louder. And you can also use here the velocity sensitivity. So when you bring this down to 0, everything is the same loudness. And if you push this all the way up, of course, the sensitivity is higher or the scale is better. So this is really quiet and this is really loud. So exactly how the hi-hat device of Bitwig Studio works. So then we have here the generate button. You can press this once. It doesn't matter if it's highlighted or not, or if it's on or off. Every time you press this button, you get a different combination of these convolution devices. So it's not wildly different. That's not what I wanted. I want to have kind of the same type of hi-hat sounds, and then I get a bit of variation in there. And yeah, you can then tweak this here. You can also switch here to pink noise sound that you send through the convolution devices. At the moment it's white noise. It gives you, if you activate or enable pink noise, it's more meaty. You get more lower frequencies out of it. And of course there's here a high pass that you can pull down. It's almost like percussions. So using white noise makes the hi-hat a bit lighter from the get-go, and then you have your high pass and you can make it even thinner if you want to. So, and then you have your tight and length, which gives you kind of the same thing, more or less. The length is the length of the hi-hat. You can make it really short. And tight, I think it tightens the envelopes. It makes them shorter running, and then you get yeah, you can play around with this so it fits into your drum loop. Sometimes you maybe don't want to use it for drum bass here and you want to have it slower. 120 for instance. Yeah, that's also something you can do, or what I do sometimes is use an expression modulator, use the velocity to actually, when you have high velocity, you make it tight or you loosen the tightness. Right, something like this. So this is sometimes what I do. So yeah, that's that. And then we have here push clip at the end. It's more or less like a loudness or yeah, output volume, but in form like a clipper, more or less, right? You pull down here basically the clipper and you make it really loud and you clip it more and it gets louder, but you also never exceed 0 dB. Okay, so now comes the important part. The problem with this whole setup is you can generate randomly new hi-hats, but when you find your hi-hat, let's say this one, and you right click and say bounce, the problem in Bitwig is that Bitwig switches to some kind of new project or reloads the whole preset or anything like this, I don't know. And it just presses basically this button then. So when you bounce this hi-hat here, we get a completely different hi-hat out of it. So listen to this. Bounce. It's a different hi-hat. So it kind of reloads the whole patch, and every time you reload the patch or the preset, you lose basically all the dice values here from the randomization, and it randomizes again. Also, when you put this here into a group, it also kind of reloads the preset or the patch, which is kind of annoying. So the only way to preserve this, and this is exactly how I use this device here, is I find or try to find a hi-hat I like this one, and then I open up a new audio track and just route the audio into this, something like this, right? And then you can maybe just hit record here. Then you have a new hi-hat, and then you play around. Maybe you want a different hi-hat, maybe this one. Yeah, and then you have your hi-hat sounds here, and then you can delete just this track. So this is how I use it in my drum bass tracks. This was never intended actually to be released. I just made this for myself, but some people saw it in the video and I want to have it. So I put it up on Patreon, and you can download this. So yeah, here on the polarity dispenser, I put this up on the basic support tier, so the lowest tier, so you can download this here. There's also a description, and you just push the download button, then you can download this, okay? I also put this on Patreon, of course, and the link here to the dispenser, so you can have fun with this. Let me know what you think. This is the Hi-Hat Generator 2.0 just for you. Thanks for watching.